Sit back, let's unpack. It's MMA Chat. Today I'm be going over the top 30 fighters in the UFC of all time. Let's get right into it. Number one, Khabib Nurmagomedov, the GOAT. Okay, he's still number one. Haters gonna hate. Okay, never been dropped, never bled, never got scratched. Still holds the most 10-8 in the UFC, and he's been retired for 6 years. Bro is an animal. Arguably lost one round his entire career. Arguably. Because I feel like he still beat McGregor round three. If you watch that fight, watch it closely. I have Khabib beating Conor in that round. But lost on paper, that's okay. Arguably, that's what I'm saying, arguably, lost one round his entire career. Can you name a more dominant fighter than that? No, you cannot. People are like, oh, Alex Pereira, or this guy, or that guy. Alex Pereira just got 49, 46 by Bayang, and then got a flush knockout because I think there's an injury. We have to run that trilogy for Bayang and Alex Pereira, but they're 1-1 still, no matter what you say. Next. GSP. GSP still did great things. Okay, double champ. Not simultaneously double champ, but two division champion. Has like a 75 title win streak, something crazy like that. That's for his opponents. And he's done a lot. He's done great. People consider him as the GOAT. I would say he is near the GOAT status, but I would say Khabib has just been more dominant. GSP lost a couple times in his career. Khabib didn't. Don't hate. Okay? It's okay. Next. Islam Makhachev, number 3. I would say Islam and GSP are tied right now. They're neck and neck. They should be number 2, number 2. Okay? They're tied right now. But if Islam wins his next fight, no matter who it is, wins his next fight, defends his belt and another division, he beats GSP and can arguably be number 1 above Khabib. But we'll see who he fights at that point. We got to see. If it's going to be Ian Gary, still great fight. But if he gets like Shavkat, yeah, 100% number 1. But Islam is right there, top 3 of GOAT of all time. He's the GOAT right now, current GOAT for all active fighters. Current. Okay? As you notice, there is no John Jones, okay? There ain't gonna be no John Jones. I ain't including steroid cheats, okay? This dude popped for steroids many times. Even the commission acknowledged it. Okay? This doesn't happen. We don't count steroid cheaters, okay? And that includes TJ. That includes Anderson Silva. I'm sorry. I ain't including steroid cheats. These are for the GOATs, okay? You can't be a GOAT if you're a steroid cheat. I'm sorry. I don't like including steroid cheats in my rankings, unfortunately. Anderson Silva, great fighter. Respect. Everything. Best of all time, could be in the best lists of all time, but these are going to be the GOATs, the top 30 fighters of all time, but still, I just don't want to include steroid cheats in this list. Let's move on. Next, DC. DC's number 4. He is, he's simultaneously double champion, defended both his belts in each division. Unfortunately, his last fight, he came into the UFC very old. Already like 36 or something like that, something crazy. And he retired after losing to Stipe Miocic at like 41, 40. Bro needed to retire way earlier. It's okay. He was dominant. He did great. I would say top 4 of all time so far. Above DJ. Because what's it called? Not John Jones. DC actually defended both his belts in both divisions. DJ didn't get the second belt yet. He's still dominant, GOAT of the flyweight division currently still. But I would say that DC's above DJ. Next, you can't ignore Ilya Topuria. Ilya Topuria is a phenom. He is. He's great. But he's not. I feel like if he actually pushed himself to fight the bigger names and not like go on a media tour of ducking a fighter like Arman Tsarukyan, I never seen an actual UFC fighter actually go out the way just to duck a fighter. Never seen that before. But he did that. He made it known. He's like, okay, I'm not fighting this guy no matter what. Well, John Jones did that to Chael, kind of. But still, Ilya Tupuria does not want to fight the number one contender. He ducked Mosvar, ducked Arman, but still, whenever he fights, he still puts that performance, still does a great job, still the one of the best boxers in the UFC right now, dominant champion, dominant fighter. He just needs to fight the bigger names. Islam has a 50. His title opponents is win streak is 57. Ilya is 4. 4. How you gonna be 4, bro? You have to challenge yourself more. But I'm rating him high because he's extremely dominant. He could beat all of these fighters, and he could beat a lot of the fighters in all of the divisions. I don't know about Arman. We'll see about that. That's the only one I'm iffy about. I feel like Arman wins that fight, but Arman is not champion yet, but he's still one of the best fighters of all time still. And next, Volk. I'll say he's the GOAT of the featherweight division. Did amazing things. Unfortunately, after getting knocked out by Islam Makhachev in October, 3 months later, he got knocked out by Ilya Topuria. He did not want to basically fight. He didn't want to take time off. He should have took time off to recover. It's usually a 6-month time off period. During that time, he didn't want to do that. That's okay. Next, Pantoja. I'm ranking Volk and then Pantoja. Pantoja's right under Volk. Pantoja dominant. I'm not going to count too highly on his last fight because that was just a freak injury in the first minute. Nothing happened in that fight. Literally nothing happened. It was just blocking a kick and he just landed wrong. That's okay. I'm not going to hold it against him. He didn't get dominated. There's no round one, round two. It was first minute. I'm not going to hold nothing against Pantoja. I feel like 8's a great spot for him. Extremely dominant. Did the best he could do. Okay, now next one is going to be a very hot take. Hamza Chimaev. Who is this dude going to lose to? Nobody. I feel like the longer he's going to be there, he just needs to be active. But I feel like that's part of the UFC. Also, like icing him out. They iced him out so long. That was the UFC's fault. Like they kept on. I didn't know what to do with him. He beat Gilbert Burns and he got iced out, and then fought Nate Diaz. Like he got iced out, but he still has a great record. He beat Kamaru Usman. He beat DDP. He beat Gilbert Burns when he was ranked number 2. He beat a lot of fighters, and all of them in their prime. He did dominantly. He wrestled. He immobilized DDP. No one does that to DDP. DDP was like shooketh. Okay, and DDP was like ragdolled all these other top middleweight fighters, and Hamza just immobilized them. That's why I ranked him so high. Next, Alex Pereira. I know you're gonna be like, "Oh my God, Alex, he should be higher than Hamza." I got Hamza beating Alex. And that's going to be true. Watch, this year they're going to fight. You're going to see Hamza beat him. And then you guys won't complain about my list right now. I'm predicting the future. I'm telling you, this is going to be it. I feel like this is the list already because I know styles. I know fights. I feel like this is going to be a no-brainer. Hamza is just a better fighter than Alex Pereira. And he's more dominant. Alex Pereira just got 49-46 by Big Ink, but Alex Pereira did get that win back. Alex Pereira got knocked out. Israel Adesanya 1-1 right there. So he's 1-1. He's with a bunch of fighters, but and so when people don't see, the one thing I don't understand is what fans don't see losses. Like if their goat goes on a losing streak, they ignore that and look at their primary. Like, oh my god, look at this person did so good. Then they lost 7 in a row. What are you talking about? They're like, oh, don't look at that. I'm going to take that all that into consideration. I'm going to take their loss into consideration, how they ended their career in consideration, how they will end up fighting one another in their different divisions. I'll put that in there as well. Next, Jan. Jan, great fighter, huge, huge improvement against the Marab 2 fight. Loved it. He outclassed Marab in that fight. We need a trilogy of that soon. But we'll see what happens with UFC 324 with with Sean O'Malley and Umar Nurmagomedov. We'll see what happens with that. If we're gonna have Omar versus Peter Yan or Sean versus Peter Yan. Hopefully, we don't get Sean fighting for third belt again that fast after one fight. He gets 3 title shots just for one fight. That makes no sense. But UFC is brain dead, so let them do what they want to do. And right under Peter Yan, I'm gonna have Marab. Marab, dominant champion, still extremely good. Great fighter, strong, and he's going to put that pressure on. He's going to always be there in your face, ready to go. But the one thing he got exposed by Peter Yan. And I've been saying this for a minute. Marab is a great fighter, great cardio, but all he got is cardio and pressure. That's all he got. And if it fails him, he tries showboating. He'll look at the crowd, try to win them over. Yeah, look at me. Like how he did with Peter Yan. He was getting worked in the first 2 rounds. Worked. And then he picks up Peter Yan, tries to win and one judge gave it to him. One judge gave him the showboating round. You can't make this stuff up. Next, Kamaru Usman. He was on a 15-fight win streak. What he did in the welterweight division, amazing. I know Islam says he wants to surpass his title defenses. I don't think that's likely because it's 5. I think Islam's going to retire before then. He's not going to fight for another 2 years. I feel like Islam retires next year. I don't think he's going to risk fighting at 36. He's already 34. He's going to turn 35 in September, October. And I don't feel like he's going to risk fighting when he's 36. I feel like he got 3 fights left in him, 2 fights this year, 1 next year, and then we say goodbye. But Umar Nurmagomedov is going to come in. Usman Nurmagomedov is going to come in and show them what's up in the lightweight division. Next, Stipe Miocic. Can't say much about Stipe because you can't argue. This is a great champion, a great fighter. He did his part. He beat DC twice, but DC beat him also. But I'll say the last fight, DC was out of his league a little bit because he was just old. But I'm not going to count too much of the Stipe fight against John Jones either because that's when he was old. And just prime for prime, I'll say DC did a little more because he was a 2-division champ. Double champ, simultaneously double champ. Stipe wasn't. So that's why I'm giving him a big favor on that. And a lot of these fighters are, were a little more dominant than Stipe. Stipe did lose against Francis Ngannou, DC, and other fighters. So I'm going to say this is a good spot where he's at. Next. Uncle Ive. I have Uncle Ive here. He only lost 1 time in his entire career, and not 2 times, but Paul Craig, that was like his first fight in the UFC. That was like a panic tap. He dominating round 2 and 3, but still tapped. I would say, but hasn't lost against anybody else until 10 years or something like that. Against Alex Pereira, beat Alex Pereira, so that's why I ranked him so high because he beat him. But then got an injury during fight week, I guess. I don't know when. There's just rumors about he was injured. The first minute of the fight, he just, shelled up like he couldn't handle it. It's okay, he'll be back. But Alex Pereira did beat him. So 1-1 there, so that's why I'm still ranking him higher because he still beat Alex Pereira in a decision. It wasn't like a fluke knockout or anything, but so decision a little more dominant because if a contender beats a champion in a decision, it's a lot more dominant than getting a fluke knockout. Then I got DDP. DDP extremely dominant in the middleweight division. Extremely dominant. I don't even want to mention Strickland's name. Beat T-Man Strickland over here and Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya under a huge name. People still disregard him. I think Israel was top of his game when he was in his prime. DDP still fought him in his prime. Took that win, took that dub, and capitalized that. Beat Strickland twice, and then just got immobilized by Hamza. But I feel like this is a good spot because he still beat one of the greats, Israel Adesanya. So I'm going to have Israel Adesanya over here. Next, Henry Cejudo. I know Henry Cejudo is a double champ. Was a simultaneously double champ, defended both belts. But I would say he ended his career off. If he never came back in his career and it's ended off with not losing those 4 fights, he would be ranked a lot higher than 18. But I'm taking in those consideration. He did lose all those fights recently, drop down, but still dominant because still you're simultaneously double champion, so you're still ranked a lot higher. But I'll say you're the lowest double champ, or no, I'm somewhat lower than him. But yeah, next, Max Holloway. Max Holloway, did great things. Amazing. Lost to Ilya and lost to Volk. But other than that, he was dominant as hell. Amazing fighter. And he's shown that recently. He's not falling off. He beat Justin Gaethje. He beat Dustin Poirier. I feel like he fits in well with transitions well into the lightweight division perfectly. He's has a lot of power in that division, and I don't blame him. Cutting to 145 as a 30-plus-year-old, that's not going to cut it. You need to be a little heavier. 170 is the perfect weight for someone in that age. But he's still young. He's 32 or something crazy. Bro's been fighting since he was 19, 20. So I feel like Max Holloway should be 45 because he's just been in the division for so long. So it's so weird seeing him in his prime. It's crazy. Next, we got Charles Oliveira, dominant champion. Did get tapped out to Islam, but still held his own. Had 3 title defenses? I'll count Justin Gaethje's. I'll count that still as even if he missed weight. He still got those 2 title defenses, I believe. Yeah, 2 title defenses. It was DP, Dustin and Justin Gaethje. He still defended it, even so I'm not gonna it's technically a vacate, but who cares? Some minor things, but yeah. Next, Dustin Poirier, right under Charles. Why am I blanking on these guys' names? Charles Oliveira. Under Charles Oliveira, dominant, did great things. Fought the best of the best. Beat a lot of these fighters too. That's under him. But he did. There's only one controversial pick I'll have in here. You'll see later, which I will fix it. I don't know if I'll fix it, but you can tell what I'm talking about. Next will be Conor, though. Conor's going to be under DP. Conor will be under Dustin Poirier because, Dustin Poirier embarrassed him twice. Then we got Jose Aldo right under Conor McGregor. Jose Aldo, end of career, totally shot the bed. It's okay. I'm still counting, that's why I'm not ranking him so high. I'm going to count the losses. A lot of people don't. I don't know why. They just either go, oh my God, no, you have to see how they end the career too. You can't just go based on their prime. Cain Velasquez, no introduction there. Everyone understands he's a Amazing fighter. Next, Tom Aspinall. That's me hot pick. A lot of people hate on Tom Aspinall right now, but he still did a great things in his division. Had a great time. Is was would have beat Cyril Gahn if it wasn't for the hypo. I feel like Cyril Gahn is not getting enough hate. I feel like he should get a lot of hate for beating for eye poking him in the first 3 minutes of the fight, and now he needs surgery. So we're probably gonna get an interim belt. Next, BJ Penn. I ranked him so low because he's still great, dominant, but he did end his career terribly. So that's going to affect the ranking. But he was still, a double champ. So it's not time fantasy, but two division champ. You know, Matt Hughes, great fighter, dominant, beat GSP, but didn't cut the rest of the list. The one person I would say, okay, Justin Gaethje's next. That's what I wanted to bring up with DD. With he beat Dustin, but Dustin, yeah, it's like the whole, you know, like he would. I feel like he, didn't accomplish as much as BJ Penn, Tom Allen. He's never a champion, but he was an interim champion. But also DDP was. Why am I saying DDP? Dustin Poirier was, but Dustin also beat Conor McGregor. You can't. Is there some fittings? That's why it's going to have some awkwardness. But the last two, I'm going to get a bunch of hate for. Arman Tsarukyan. Okay, I don't know what happened there. But Arman Tsarukyan. Very underrated. I feel like he's going to be destroyed. Like he will be climbing this list the second he wins the belt. The second he wins the belt, he's going to be above Max Holloway. He's going to jump to 19. Defends it already. That if he defends it a couple times, above Stipe. I feel like if he doesn't lose again in his career, he's going to be easily top 10. We'll see. Now, the last pick, underrated fighter, gets way too much hate. Way too much hate, but I feel like he is going to be dominant. Mozart. Bro just wins. Hate him or love him. Bro goes out there, does his job, wins. Next. Doesn't complain about how he's not getting a tire shot. He's just relaxing. He's just chilling. Wins his fights. Trains. Wins. Trains. Wins. Trains. I'm sorry. I know you guys are going to hate me on this list. It's okay. Comment how much you hate me. I'll take it. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me, what else you guys want to see, what kind of videos you guys want to see. Thank you guys for watching.